Today we have myself, Walter, will be discussing with you the workflow for Adobe Premiere together with my other colleagues. Now you can see the screen, I believe. So we have Chetan Shah from Adobe. He's the Senior Manager for Strategic Development at Adobe. And then the center image is myself. I'm Solution Specialist, APAC. And also have my colleague, Takayuki Nishioka, also Solution Specialist, APAC, but he's based in Japan. So he also will together join with me, demonstrate the solutions that we're going to able to offer for you for Adobe products together with Avid. Can we have the next slide, please? Okay, so today's agenda, there are three parts. First part, we'll have Chetan to explain to you the Adobe Workflows with Avid. Then followed by myself, I will discuss on the solutions that are available for Adobe Premiere. For example, the platform storage solution Nexus, and also Media Central, which is our platform solution for media asset management and more. Together with these two products, you can gain collaboration, not only within Adobe Premiere Pro, and also together with Media Composer in the collaborative or even the mixed environment. And we will take a look at that, how we can show you that. And finally, we'll give you more details on how Adobe Premiere, together with a plugin that we have written for Adobe Premiere, so that you can further integrate with our solutions. So with that, let me hand over to Chetan Shah from Adobe to take away the first session with you on accelerating Adobe workflows with Avid. Chetan, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Some of the known names, which is on the participant list. Great to see you all, guys. My name is Chetan Shah. I'm part of Adobe's strategic development team based out of India. Let me share my screen first. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, perfect. We can see. I can see. No problem.
Great. Thank you very much, Avid team, to invite me for this event and giving us opportunity to share some of the information about how best you can integrate Premiere Pro with Avid's storage and media workflow solutions, and how some of the features or services which is part of Adobe's Creative Cloud can help you accelerate your video content creation, whether it's for narrative, promos, news, or sports. So let's start with some of the basic information. In next 10 minutes, I will try to cover some of the key areas like how and when we started working together and what's the current status, some of the key accelerators, how you can use some of the features and functionalities Adobe's ecosystem offers with the partners, and how Avid customers can be benefited from there. So maybe many of you may not know, but the partnership started way back in 2012 when Adobe actually started Creative cloud-based offerings, and we started supporting DNX HD codecs in native format in Premiere Pro, After Effects, and Media Encoder. And going forward, back in 2016, Avid actually developed the first panel, which was integration of Premiere Pro, looking straight into IC storage solution then. And last year, the new panel came out, which has got a deeper integration with Nexus storage solutions as well as Media Central. The advantage of this new panel, when we look at Avid and Avid is developed for Premiere Pro, is actually allows you to coexist along with the Media Composer users. So what you can do now is you can have Premiere Pro as well as Media Composer working together on the same storage solution or same workflow management system, and not only access the same media, but also share the project sequence and metadata. So this becomes a great enabler for many customers who wants to use the best of both the worlds and don't want to get into nitty-gritty of how to integrate, how to export, import the projects between two systems. So this is a great development Avid has developed and now offering to the customers across the globe. And the key thing is it's not just a storage solution Nexus, but also the Media Central workflow management system, which allows you to actually work from anywhere in the world and collaborate with your other colleagues for your any kind of editorial work. At the same time, now we have a complete ecosystem where we have 250 plus partners who are offering a similar kind of integration for different applications. So now when you are using Premiere Pro on your Avid infrastructure product line solutions, you can also take benefit of some of these new panels available for your workflow. For example, if you are in sports broadcasting or sports production, you may want to use a panel created by one of our partner for highlight creation, or you may want to use some graphics solutions available for the sports and integrate with the same existing editing workflow. So you can actually open all the multiple panels within the same Premiere Pro, access the same assets and other resources from Avid storage system, and finish your product. Same way it goes for the newsroom automation also. When you're using Premiere Pro on Avid Newsroom or Media Central solution, you can have access to various other panels used for your news productions. So this is a great benefit which Adobe ecosystem brings in for Avid customer when they use Premiere Pro along with Media Central panel in their day-to-day production. Another area I would like to touch upon is Adobe's Sensei powered features. So Adobe Sensei is a AI/ML module which runs behind every creative application from Adobe, and this module offers many. It offers automation of many repetitive and tedious processes. It gets rid of that and allows you to focus more on creativity and delivery part. Take an example here of a motion graphics template, which is a graphics template for offline use, where you can create templates either in Premiere Pro or After Effects and bring it into Premiere Pro timeline as like any other plugin, and you can modify the various data, whether it's graphics information or background images. All the animation, everything remains same, but you can keep changing those details and you can creating those things faster. Just to give an example, one of the broadcasters recently wanted to create tons of promos per week, and manually it was very difficult. So it was tedious, repetitive process, which they wanted to bring in a more efficiency kind of thing. And one of our partners created a panel which allows them to automate this complete process using a motion graphics template. And this is something which you can also take benefit when you're using Premiere Pro on Avid solutions. So these are just a panel which works along with the Premiere Pro, and you can create those multiple versions of your promos kind of thing. Another example of Adobe Sensei powered feature is auto reframe, especially with social media and digital platforms are gaining more and more popularity. You need to create tons of material, content or versions for these various social media platforms. And when you try to do that manually, Again, the process is tedious. You have to manually track and crop the particular video to make sure the right object is in the focus, and you get the right format for your particular platform. So this process is now you can automate using auto reframe, which takes care of all the manual tracking and cropping of video, and it gives you almost perfect result, which you can actually go and manually tweak to further further refine kind of thing. And along with this, there are many other features you can take benefit from, which are Sensei powered features available in Premiere Pro, After Effects, and all other Adobe's creative applications. The last part I would like to cover is the Adobe's Creative Cloud platform itself. We've seen that with most of the high value productions, multiple people works together and they share the assets like brand guides, brand elements, all those already approved by marketing team or by channels branding team, and you need to use that in a team to create various content. And this is where Adobe's Creative Cloud platform becomes handy, which offers you not only just mobile apps, but also offers cloud-based services like Creative Cloud libraries, which allows you to sync your assets across multiple users through the cloud library system, and then services which includes Adobe Stock, Adobe fonts, which are handy to use as and when you need kind of thing. Just to give you an example here, for how these are all connected means when you start using Creative Cloud applications, along with that you get Creative Cloud libraries or storage as a part of your subscription program. And what you can do here is you can create libraries and share those with your colleagues from various departments. For example, as a designer, if I start using, I start creating a logo or some of the assets, and once I share these through Creative Cloud libraries, all my colleagues from various departments, marketing, promo, narrative, they will start receiving these assets in their libraries on their machine, where they get access to this within the application itself. You don't need to go outside the application. These are well within the application, and you start using that within the application right away. During the process, if there are any changes I'm making, those changes will be reflected directly to all the users of those assets, and it will reflect into their work as well. As and when I add images or audio bytes or video files from Adobe Stock into this Adobe assets, it will again start reflecting into the libraries and as files on the library shared participants machines, and they can start using it. And the one more advantage here is when you are in a big corporation and enterprise, and you need to use the same elements for your other presentation and documentation part. We have now integration of Creative Cloud libraries with Microsoft applications as well, which allows you to use all these assets into your other documentation part. So in short, when you're using Premiere Pro with a new panel on Avid's Media Central workflow management system or Nexus storage solution, you get a lot of other benefits from the features and the ecosystem which Adobe Creative Cloud offers. And I'm sure we'll see some of this functionality, including how the Premiere Pro and Media Composer can coexist on the same workflow, how you can share those projects and all, how you can take advantage of all Avid's powerful media management system, as well as other resources on their ecosystem when you are using Premiere Pro as a part of the workflow. With this, I will hand it over to Walter. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I will be available till end of the session. In case if you have any questions regarding Premiere Pro, please put it in chat pod. We'll answer probably at the end of the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetan. Well, that was very well said. I think especially with this pandemic thing is going on, remote workflow collaboration is going to be the most key features that customers have been looking at. So now, just now we mentioned that a lot of collaboration, a lot of talking about working together, file sharing, and things like that. One of the products that we want to talk about today is our shared storage. It's actually, it will lay the foundation between either within two Premiere, multiple Premiere stations, and also we're going to talk about how even Adobe Premiere can actually collaborate with our flagship editing application, Media Composer. So let's talk a little bit on this platform solution called Avid Nexus. Now, Avid Nexus, we have been providing this storage solutions to many post-production and broadcast companies around the world, especially in the real-time playback storage solution for say. This is actually just a small brief kind of customer logo that we have around the world, and as of today, there are very much more than this. So now this particular storage solution called Nexus is actually our third iteration of real-time storage solution. Before that, I see some of our customers are also here. They may be very familiar with Media Networks, which are the first generation shared storage, which in fact Avid pioneered this shared storage solution for broadcast, for post-production. I remember even Media Networks actually was used for the movie King Kong that allow multiple editors to work together. And then with that iteration, we went to the next generation storage called ISIS. Well, not quite. The ISIS we know is that it's infinitely scalable intelligent storage, which laid the foundation to the current solution called Nexus, which is the next generation in infinite scalable intelligent storage. That means the storage itself is clever. You can scale almost infinitely. And also it will do a lot of functionality that is much more clever than before. Okay, next one. So now the Nexus has taken the same reliability before from our previous platform into the new height of giving even more reliability and stability to our customers. So in fact, it is actually in the industry the most comprehensive and reliable storage. It optimizes a lot of workflows. And not only that, it actually works with even third-party creative tools. Today, we are partnering with Adobe. So later, we'll show you how Adobe and Nexus can work together. Of course, we have other companies that we work with to allow them to make use of the capabilities of Nexus. Now, it leverages on the technology of virtualization with what we call the Avid Nexus file system. Now, this file system allows more software-based kind of a protection. So, and also called virtual workspace or work volume. Maybe some of the people who are familiar with IT storage, they may not understand what it's trying to do. This actually allows workflow to be easier to deploy. You can change the deployment as quickly as you like, and also modify the capacity to different needs. Now we move away from hardware RAID 5 and RAID 6, which becomes very inflexible, but with software RAID, it becomes very easy, and you can easily increase your space or volume. And not only just increase, it can even decrease, which is sometimes in some IT storage is unheard of. How do you decrease volume? They know how to increase it, but how to even decrease it when you need to shift production around from time to time. Now, on top of that, we also extend it into the cloud. So you can actually have a subscription with us as a software service, and then you can even park your media into the cloud when you have your online storage dealing with more urgent projects, and later bring those back down. Now, you might be thinking, how does the Nexus scales? in terms of the bandwidth or in terms of how far it can stretch. Now, bandwidth and capacity of the system is scales in a very linear fashion. So what we need to understand is that each Nexus comes with media packs. Now, each media pack is 10 drive. It can be a spinning drive, or it can be a solid state memory modules. So, and this has a certain data rate that is known. So when you add on more storages, add on drives, you definitely will able to scale the bandwidth and also the capacity. Well, theoretically infinite. I mean, as far as Nexus is concerned, theoretically, but of course, we will test the solution for you. So to provide you the ease when you're using, we have tested our storages up to petabytes and petabytes of storage to suit even the largest large broadcaster configuration in the world. As for Adobe Premiere user, we were thinking, what does it kind of benefit do we have? And then Nexus will provide you the same real-time storage, playback, confidence, like our editing application, Media Composer. You were thinking, yeah, with Avid family, you definitely can get best performance. But even with Premiere clients, we also allow them to enjoy the same data production, collaboration between the Premiere users, and also allow the Premiere user to also work with the other departments, whether it could be audio, could be your graphics, and to access the same media assets. So the storage itself provide a storage virtualization solution location, so that all this media can be found easily. So, and then it gives the individual editors more mobility. So when one station is down, or they can move it to another station, or certain stations doing maintenance, you don't lose your media that easily. Now we have different tier of storage to suit different type of product needs for different production. Ranging from ultra fast SSD, which you can see on the top tier, this designed for finishing, conform, VFX, and even grading. If you need the fastest bandwidth, we have an SSD solution. And we have the online tier, starting from small work group, that is the Nexus Pro, designed for small post groups. And if you want more chassis to be added together, you can go up to the enterprise level. We have different chassis size to suit different capacity requirement. And actually, we also have the cloud solutions, which allows you to extend to the cloud called Avid Nexus Cloud Spaces. All right. So we also partner, we have mentioned before, we partner with many other solutions. So you can see with Nexus, there are many other third-party applications. They're able to use it as a shared storage attached to it. All right. So having said that, let me take a look at how does we able to use the Nexus with the Adobe Premiere. So this is a workstation that is I have. Now I'm going to show you this here. Now this is the Nexus Client Manager, which is basically a client manager that allows you to start to get attached volumes or workspace into the workstation. This is the Nexus main system itself, the file director, and then followed by all the different workspaces that's available. In this case here, I can mount and unmount the volume. Now you can set them to automatically mount it when you automatically logged into the system. So once you have it mounted, it will appear in your browser, the two, in this case here, the two volumes. All right, okay. I will show you how we manage the workspace later, but let's now get into Premiere. Now to set the project, I think this is quite straightforward. I think most Premiere user will know how to use it. Click a new project. And then what happens here that you want to browse and then set the path to where the Nexus is. For example, in this case here, the Adobe project is in this location here. So once you save your project here, and other NLEs or other Premiere users should be able to also open up the projects from here. So on the storage itself, your data is protected. So even if, let's say, this work machine in some case crash or went bonkers, the projects and the media are all on the storage. So you fear not that there's some data loss. For example, I have a project. In this case, I have a project set. Now, to add in the storage for the media is very easy. Just now we saw it in terms here. We have the folders we can see. In this case, I'm going to look for some media that for my Premiere. So I click into this OP1A here. So I've got two files here. So I can double click it. It will load into the playback screen. I can hit play. Okay, it might play quite pretty smoothly, so not much of drop frame. Now, in this case, I already set it to high quality playback, so even you can play with high quality with the Nexus without any issue. Naturally, you can set it to a low resolution if you want to, but generally, you want just to show off the playback performance of our Nexus storage. In this case, we set it to high resolution playback, so you're getting the quality of the image when you play back. So let me just mark out and drag into the timeline. There's one piece here. Let me just drag. So I can quickly do a simple edit here. Now let's try to add another one more particular clip. Let's say this bit here. The real-time playback with is quite easy and it's straightforward. So you could use Nexus as your shared storage with Adobe Premiere. Okay, so for example, this is what more or less what you want to done. Let's now close this project. So that sort of concludes a very simple edits, and you can play back them in real time in Adobe. Definitely, you can create a team project, and then you put in the storage, and then of course, naturally, another Premiere can actually share the profile, share the projects together with each other. Now, you might ask is that how many tracks of real-time playback can we do with this? That will really depends on different factors. It depends on your local workstation, how much CPU, how much RAM, the usual technical thing, and also the workstation, the connection between your workstation to the Nexus. It can be a 1 gigabit or it's a 10 gigabit. Naturally, the bigger the pipeline, the smoother, the less issues that you will have playback issues. But not to worry, but you can always work with your local partner in your region. They will figure out a good configuration for you to achieve the kind of performance you need for your production. Okay, so with a shared storage, so now it's easy to put the media, the projects on a virtual location, so that others editors could open up the file. Also, you could use the same media. So you actually copy the media once into storage, and multiple editors can work on it. So less waste of storage capacity, and reuse whatever is already ingested into the system. All right. So now, this is very, very basic. But what happens is that if you want to go on and collaborate with other users, then we will definitely need to add on a asset management system. So, but before we go that, let's take a look at the Nexus. How do we manage it? So basically, it's a web browser. So basically, you go into the URL of the system, and you log in. From here, you can manage the capacity of each individual volume. You can also set the user rights and many other technical functions. Now here, you can see what's happening with the Nexus storage in one view. Because this is URL, so basically you can actually take a look at the system anywhere. For system administrator and things like that, it becomes very easy. You do not need any additional software. So with Google Chrome browser, you can go on and take a look. You can set the bandwidth requirements. Now, if you're installing new applications, new workstations, the installers are also there. You quickly can, you don't need to fumble with thumb drives and things like that. Quickly, you can install them from here. Now, under the storage, you have workspaces. There are many workspaces here already created. Just to create new workspace, just hit the plus here, and then you can set the capacity as you need. Now, as you see this bunch of sliders here. Now, I mentioned before, one of the unique things about Avid solutions that it's very easy for you to increase, and not only increase, but also decrease capacity. So basically, by sliding this particular slider here, you can quickly increase the capacity. Let me just slide this up a little bit. So I've increased the capacity for this particular workspace called FTP, or the volume. And it's real time. Once it's set, the user will straight away experience the capacity change, or let's say reduce it, it will also now reduce. In a certain situation, for example, you are urgently require a space for a project that need to be done quickly, but it's already running out of space. Now, you can take a look at the other workspace. If there are any other project that is not requiring that allocated space, you can readjust all this on the fly, so they can quickly finish that urgent one and then readjust all this on the fly. So this is something that's very unique to the Nexus file system, which allows to not only increase, also decrease. All right. Okay, I won't dive too deep into this. If you have more query or interest in the Nexus system, feel free to contact your local partner, or feel free also contact us. We can give you a more in-depth information about the Nexus system itself. Now, what I want to do next is to talk about, we mentioned before. Now, the Nexus shared storage lays the foundation for all this collaboration to happen at the media. That's only at the media level, so you can share media, you can share the project. But what if you want to file exchange between the Premiere and Media Composer, or you want to exchange, you want to have some kind of a pro review process with management, with producers and things like that? How are they going to work together? So the Media Central Cloud UX is the interface that allows user to interact with the Media Central platform, which actually tie all this together. You can see this particular diagram here. So you have all the Nexus is the foundation at the bottom. So we can add additional modules so that you can have production management, your MEM asset management. You can even add ingest capabilities. That means you can have file ingest automatically, like the cameraman just insert a card, choose a profile, and automatically upload the files into the system. And the system will do the necessary transcoding or transwrapping and things like that, so that it goes into the storage and is available to the editor. Right. So how do we interact with this Media Central platform? Is through Cloud UX. Now, again, it is a browser-based, just like just now we see on the Nexus. This is browser-based. You just logged in. Now, once you logged in, you were able to see, in this case here, we can see assets for Adobe. We can also see assets for Media Composer, for Avid on the top. So all these assets are in here. Now you can have more capabilities, not just that search or open up to see the media. Not only you can just view, you can also play them back if you want to. For example, well, to take one of the media. It will load into the asset player and you can play the view. So imagine if you have done an edit, you can drop it in, they can review, and put in information, metadata, file info, approval, and things like that, and do that for a workflow approval workflow. Now, on top of that, there are also other functionality like search and so on and so forth. Now, this particular panel, what is interesting is that this particular UX is also available in Adobe Premiere. Like what Chitan has mentioned, it is a panel that is written for Adobe. So I would like to invite now Nishioka Takayuki, my colleague in Japan, to show you this particular panel, which is actually this cloud UX interface in Premiere itself. How would you interact with it, and how would it actually collaborate with our other products using this panel? All right, so let me now pass you over to Takayuki.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Let me stop sharing and hand you over. How's your day today?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Okay, now take away.
All right. Thank you. Then thank you everyone for taking the time for this seminar today. So I will share my screen at first. Wait a moment. This one, yes. All right. And thank you for taking time for here today. And I will show you the collaboration between the Premiere and Media Composer through using the Media Central panel inside the Premiere. So now you are watching the Premiere interface, as you know. And to use the Media Central panel to the Premiere, then before you use a Premiere, then install the Media Central panel for Premiere. Yeah, Media Central panel for Adobe Premiere, which is providing from Avid. And just install it and just start up Premiere. After you install it, just choose a window extension. Now you can see the Media Central Cloud UX panel from here. So just select it. Now I can have a Media Central Cloud UX panel inside the Premiere. So let's connect to a Media Central panel and input my credential and the password and just sign in. Okay. Now I get a Media Central folder structure inside the Premiere. This panel was only possible for a Media Composer previously, but now we can use this panel inside the Premiere. So if I want to use media, if I want to search the media or want to, we have a clip that I want to use, then just choose a clip from here and choose one clip and just right click and import to Adobe Premiere. If you already know the place of the clips, then you can dig into the folder structure. But if you want to search some clips, then you can use the search function from here. Just type some keyword and just let the search Media Central. And if you find something, then you can use it. But not only for metadata, but you can search it by a phonetic. For example, let me type in with Japanese, like this. Now I type Media Composer in Japanese, so it's pronounced like Media Composer in Japanese. But now I type in Media Composer and just select the phonetic. So it shows the search the clips, which is talking Media Composer in Japanese. So just hit Enter key, then it search some clips. This clip is talking Media Composer. So let me show the hit list. This is a hit list. So at this point, this clip is talking Media Composer. Just let me here.
メディアコンポーザーが使う
Or
メディアコンポーザーと
something like here.
メディアコンポーザーで再生した
Something like that. Sorry, I'm just searching with Japanese, but you can use many of languages, including English, French, Japanese, Chinese, Thai, Hindi, and many kinds of languages are already supported. So if you want to use it, then while this is an option, but you can add to your Media Central system. So if you find something, then as I said, right click and import to Premiere Pro, then you can use this script inside the Premiere. Not only for a master clip, you can you even can import a sequence which is created by Media Composer. So now I have a sequence under this folder like this. This is a sequence which is created by Media Composer. So if I want to use it in Premiere, then it's exactly the same. Just choose it and right click and choose the import to Adobe Premiere Pro. Then, oh, sorry. Wait a moment. Yes, it's my mistake. I'm sorry. Let me log in again. Here, and choose project. Conversion. Okay, and sequence, right click, import. Then I have some warning on here. It shows if the sequence includes a clip which is not supported by Premiere, then what should we do? We have three choices. One is cancel, don't import to Premiere. Convert means convert it from OP add-on to OP1A using the Media Central ingest server. Or try native is just let the media offline clips as is. So if some clip is not supported by Premiere, it clip might be offline, media offline in Premiere. But the current version of the Premiere can read the many kind of format as OP add-on. And now this sequence is created by XDCAM format, XDCAM OP add-on format. But now Premiere can read it. So you don't have to do anything. So just import try native. At this moment, Media Central converts this sequence to AF and pass to a Premiere, and the Premiere will import the AF file and make a sequence inside the Premiere. So the process is still going, and after the process has finished, then here, this one is imported to Premiere from Media Central. So if I double click this one, then I got a sequence over here. Like this. You see? So here I have a sequence. Can't you see the clip? Wait a moment. How about this? No, you can see. Okay. Anyway, this is a clip created by Media Composer, and this system is already also connected to Nexus. So you don't have to copy the media. You don't have to copy the sequence or Bing project itself, because all the assets are already stored in Nexus. So you don't have to do it. And just import a sequence from Media Central, and you can play it with Premiere. And you might notice that all the markers are still on the timeline. So you can check it, marker window. Then now I have markers on the timeline and even a comment on here, still keeping it. So all the sequence information is kept in the timeline. So on the other hand, if I want to export the sequence from Premiere, sorry. Okay, let me restart the Premiere first. I'm sorry. I do. Of course, no picture is not moved, so excuse me. Just to restart the Premiere now. Okay, and choose project. All right, and I click in show. Okay, so this is a sequence which is created by Premiere now, and of course I can play it now. I hope you can sound from this now. But anyway, I can play it by real time. I've never copied our media from the Nexus, but you still can do it. And if I want to pass this sequence to Media Composer, then open the Media Central Cloud UX panel and choose a folder you want to save this sequence like this, and right-click the folder then choose a check-in selected sequence. We have two options, check-in selected sequence or export to Media Central. If you choose export to Media Central, then the media encoder, which is installed on the same system of the Premiere, will start up automatically and then make one flattened file from this sequence. So if this sequence includes many kinds of effects on here, then it will be rendered by media encoder and will be made one flattened file and checked into the Media Central. But if you want to keep the sequence construction, then you can choose the check-in selected sequence. It will check in this sequence as is to the Media Central. So if you pick the sequence by a Media Composer, then this sequence will be shown on the Media Composer. So let me do it. Check-in sequence, not making a flattened file, but sequence as is. Then now Premiere will make the AF and pass into the Media Central. If I want to check the status, then I can open another window. Then it's showing the status to importing the Media Central. Now it's 30% down, and it will go to the 70% and 100% completed. Okay. So now the sequence is imported to Media Central correctly. So now I can pick this sequence by a Media Composer. So let's move to a Media Composer. Let me turn off the video because I'll move to another machine. So change to Media Composer. Are you watching a Media Composer? Okay. This is a Media Composer now I'm using, and I also have a Media Central panel on the Media Composer. This is very normal. And I've checked one sequence to Media Central, so I want to search the directory, or of course I can use the search function. So Media Composer, then it's still checking name. For a moment, I think it's just less than 15 seconds maybe, but for a moment. No, okay. Okay, this one. I will check this one. Oh, sorry. Yes, of course I couldn't find it because the keyword was wrong. How about this? Yes, I have one thing. I've checked in less than 3 minutes before, but now I have a Cardinals Premiere, which is created by Premiere. So I want to use it in Media Composer, just drag and drop into the bin, and that's it. Just open it. This sequence is made by Premiere, as I shown before, but exactly same form. And I also can have markers. This is a marker list, which is applied from the Premiere, so it's still kept in the sequence. And if you have some important information in the Premiere, then you can keep it as a metadata. And you even can make the Premiere project inside the Media Central. I only have a small time, so just a sneak preview. Wait a moment, but let me show another thing. Okay. Sorry. Let me. Where's my window? Yes, I got it. I'm sorry. I'll share my screen from now. Yes, I got it. So now we are back to the Premiere. Then I even can make the Premiere project inside the Media Central. You don't have to use the Premiere to make a newer project. To make it, just go to the Media Central and go to directory, and just right click somewhere. Then you can see the create new project from template. This is a Adobe project. So after you make project, at least one project by Premiere, then it can make as a template, project template. So once you make a template, just choose a new project from template, template and choose some kind of the project template. This template includes a 1, 2, 3 folder and 2 subfolder inside the clip. Now this folder structure will be kept to as a new project. So if I make a 1020, this is today's date, and if I make a create project, then now I got a 1022 project inside the Media Center. Then I can open it in Premiere from here. And you even can make the production to share the project between the premieres. So you can make a project production from here, like this, create production. You even can convert the folder to a production folder, like this, okay? And so making a new project, and that's it, maybe. And one thing, metadata, yes, metadata. The last thing. The converting the sequence between the Premiere and the project. I think you want to keep some important metadata of the system. So if you want to do it, then let me share my screen. This is the last thing. Let me show my screen. This is a Media Central. This is a Media Central for each word shown to you. But to go to the management screen and just log into the Media Central management screen, we have the metadata mapper on here. So if you convert the sequence between the Media Composer and the Premiere, and if you want to keep some important metadata, then you can map the metadata between the Premiere's one and the Media Composer's one. Even if you made some custom metadata as you like, then you can, and you want to keep that metadata even in Premiere, then I want to keep this metadata to something like this, and check it. Then it maps to each other. So now custom metadata is converted to a coverage of the Premiere, this one, right? So Premiere's this metadata will be converted to Media Central. Media Central's this custom metadata will be converted to here. So you can map the metadata as you like inside the Media Central. So thank you for taking the time. And if you are interested in the Media Central collaboration, then please ask us, or your partner, please. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Takayuki, for the details demonstration between the Media Composer and Premiere. Otsukare, domo arigato.
Otsukare, domo arigato.
So let me just summarize what you've seen for the past 40 minutes or so. So we can say that very strongly that Avid is a solution partner, a very strong solution partner for Adobe users. So first thing, we have the Nexus to lay the very strong, stable, and reliable real-time storage solution for post-production broadcast for Premiere, so that the media has a central repository for both the Premiere and the Avid users, so they can find and they can share. And this is actually will set the base layer for that to minimize time wastage for re-ingest for both system and also resources. And the virtualization brings allow flexibility, so you can move around the capacity, you can increase, decrease, I mentioned before, and then we bring the two platform together as one. Okay, so this actually also is where the Media Central bridges all these individual silos, whether it's Media Composer or Premiere or the different departments. Media Central will bring them all together. So your managers or the metadata, the media, providing advanced searching, and also do not need to search, but also find the media you like, that we've shown before using a phonetic search. That's something that's quite advanced. Now, there are much more to this Media Central. So hopefully we'll have more opportunity to show you more on Media Central itself. So now with the panel itself, we bring Premiere user together with Cloud UX into the Avid infrastructure to allow collaboration and also having additional functionality extended. Okay, now actually what's interesting is that today, what the solutions you're seeing today, whether it's Premiere, it's all actually hosted in Azure Cloud, just to demonstrate the technology that we have in Avid technology. They're not just on-prem, that we also have functional solution that's already cloud deployable, so to speak, right? So again, we wish have more time to show you, but feel free to look forward more of our seminar. We have more as we go along towards the end of the year. If not, we'll be keeping you updated with more of these interesting programs and things webinar to show you more of our products and functionalities. Okay, so now we will open up for question and answer. If you have any, feel free to put into the various platforms. We have moderators on different platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and more. And if you have any, if you're online with us on this particular stream, feel free to put it in the Q&A. Naomi, can you put in the slides that how they could put in the question and answer? I think there's a slide that I missed right in the beginning. Yes. So now, if you want to submit your questions, please click the Q&A icon on the menu bar there, and then that's how you actually can put in your questions. Don't be shy. There's no stupid questions. We'll try to answer as much as we can. We've got another 5 plus minutes. Now, if in case we do not able to answer your questions, feel free to email us. My email is walter.tan@avid.com. That's walter.tan@avid.com. You can email me directly, or any of our panelists that you know, or again, speak to your local partner. They could easily get you in touch with us. Okay, feel free to ask. Okay, I have a first question here from Anonymous. What is the minimum internet bandwidth we need to access Cloud UX? If I remember correctly, it's very, very low, between 5 Mbps. You can interact with the Chrome interface. Now the question is whether the video playback will be a challenge. So of course, if you have less than that, the video playback, the quality will drop. So what happens is that Cloud UX will always try to give you the best playback performance, but you might reduce the image quality because the browser will also negotiate with the servers to give you the best experience. But of course, if your bandwidth drop way too low, then you will only get the best playback capabilities. Any other questions? Also questions for our friend at Adobe too. I know usually for Asian markets, people are a little bit more shy, especially now it's been broadcasted worldwide. So yeah, so not to worry. Just drop in the chat if you, yeah, okay, we've got another one. Okay, the project files created in Premiere and Media Central, are they the same or does it have different extension? I say again, the project files created in Premiere and Media Central, are they the same or does it have different extension? Nishioka-san, do you have any answer for that?
I can say have different. The project file which is created by Premiere is stored in Nexus as is, not changed at all, of course. And after you check in the sequence to the Media Central, it's a Media Central native file, so it's converted to a Media Central, so it's different.
Okay, just to say that again. So the projects created by Premiere there's a Premiere project. In the Media Central Cloud UX, if you use a functionality to create project, it's actually creating a native project. Yeah,
yes. So if you make a Premiere project inside the Media Central, then it's native for Premiere. So it's a same different extension, of course. But
so
if you check in the sequence from Premiere to the Media Central, it isn't project at all.
Right. I don't know if we answer it to the point because he says different extension, but basically, yeah. So if you check in, right mouse click, check in into Media Central, that is a checking in into the Avid Asset Management System, it will convert that sequence into a Avid sequence, not a project, Avid project file. So that's into a project.
Exactly.
It's AAF if you understand for the Avid people.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, another question here says that is there a backup system built in for safety? Okay, I think I can answer this one. So basically, there are a couple of things. Number one, the backup you're talking about, if it's on the Nexus storage itself is a fail-safe system. So it has the different protection for the drive. So you have no failure, media loss to the media. And if let's say the project itself is safe, again on the Nexus, again, it is protected. The Media Central platform itself is also redundant. We can deploy it as non-redundant, but usually it's deployed redundant. So there will be a fail-safe when you put in the media and you put in check in your sequences, master clips into the system. So generally, yes. So for safety, if you want to say that. The next question is, what is used to convert project file into Avid project file? I think we don't do this conversion, if I remember correctly. If Takayuki, if you correct.
Exactly. We never change. We never convert the project file itself. We just convert the sequence or master clip only.
So when you check in using the panel, you check in the sequence into Media Central. Media Central converts that, not the project file, the sequence itself, the sequence information into an AAF, and then it goes into Media Central, and the Avid software will pick it up from there. And it also the other way around also.
Yes.
Okay, we have another question here. Can feedback from client to be typed into the clip at relevant points in the cut, like frame IO?
Frame IO can feedback from the client be typed into the clip at relevant points in the cut.
If you're talking about markers, in the Avid world, we'll use locators and markers. I believe the Premiere world also uses markers. If you talk about that, yes, it persists through from editor to editor and editor into Media Central. And in Media Central, you can see those comments. It is a time code marker together with metadata, together with information that you add in. If it's that what you're asking, so-called similar to frame IO. We have been doing this for a long time. So if we did not answer your question, please feel free to type in again with more information, please. Thank you. Naomi, how much time do we have left?
Time to close, almost.
Okay. Feel free to ask. We will take another 1 or 2 more questions. If not, then in the next minute or so, we will close this session. Okay, we have one last one. What would be the ideal machine configuration for doing multitask and remote multiple storage as well as working on multiple projects on projects of timeline? Are you talking about the Premiere or are you talking about the Media Composer? I think for the Premiere, there is guidelines on the Adobe website in terms of the what is the recommended configurations, the minimum processing, minimum RAM. But if you want to ask, if you want to use the Media Composer as a guideline, I guess for Media Composer, if you're doing multitasking and multiple storage, we will recommend that at least about 32 to 64 GB of RAM, at least a dual 8-core CPU. That will be quite minimal. But the best way is to go to avid.com, look under Media Composer. We have qualified systems. There have been systems that we have tested for various, like if you were to do HD, if you were to do 4K, or if you want to do a resolution independence, what are kind of system requirement to give you the best performance. So if you like, you can also Google says that the Avid Media Composer qualified platform. You can also have an idea what will be a good machine to work with.
Yeah, you can find the document from the knowledge base and their machine configuration on the README file. So if you want to know that, please go here.
Okay, we've had a question here. What are the different versions of Avid NLE in the market? Okay, I can answer that. Very simple. Basically, we have 4 tiers. We have one, the Media Composer first. Now that is the free version that you can use without any license activation. All you need to do is to register, and you have a basic Media Composer for working. In fact, I have myself used Media Composer first and added an MTV with that. Although it's limited to 4 video tracks and 8 audio tracks, but you can still do a lot of work with that. Then we have the regular subscription Media Composer. And then we also have our enterprise level, which is the ultimate, and also the Media Composer Enterprise. So depending on your need, if you want a general post-production Media Composer, you can subscribe the standard Media Composer that allows you to perform a lot of video editing functionalities without attaching yourself to Media Central. But if you want to, if you're in an organization, you are decided to want to do collaborative, then Media Composer Ultimate will be a good choice. Of course, with Enterprise, we bring even more functionality like Media Composer able to do distributed processing. I know Takayuki's favorite thing that he loves to show, distributed processing. So basically, your Media Composer can also now do farm rendering. So you can distribute the rendering into other idling workstation or dedicated servers to do rendering in the background. So it will accelerate 4K and also a high track count Media Composer projects. So do feel free to go to avid.com/Media Composer. You will have all the different software there. Again, if you are confused, please feel free to reach out. We will explain to you clearly. Okay, we have can we get the link to the web page with the subscription cost? Okay, you just go to the web store. I think the web store has the link, but not to worry. If you still need, feel free to email us. We will send you the link also. All right, that was a quick burst of questions. Any more? All right, if there isn't any more, all right, that's all we have today. Thank you for your precious time and effort. Let us know if you miss, really, you are shy and you want to have more questions, feel free to email us. Again, you can email me, walter.tan@avid.com, or contact your local sales partner, or you can use any of our marketing channels the contact me to contact us. Don't forget also check out our friend Adobe, their products and their different solutions that have. So thank you, Chitan, for having you in our webinar, and also Takayuki to help us with the demos.
Thank you.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.